Welcome to yet another episode of the Halal Food Podcast. Today we have a pleasure of introducing or interviewing Bruno from Brazil. Bruno is going to tell us a bit about his company and also a bit of work that they are doing in the Middle East. But just before that, let me just bore you with some statistics. In terms of the amount of money that is spent by Muslims globally, 2022, they spent $2.29 trillion on Muslim or halal products, and it is projected that by the year 2025, that is next year, it will reach 2.8 trillion. In terms of OIC countries, they spend around 200 billion dollars on food and beverages. So that is a significant amount. And Brazil is one of the top exporters of food and beverages to OIC countries. In 2023, 2022 rather, they exported 16.5 billion worth of food and beverages to the OIC countries. For those of us who do not know OIC countries, there are 57 member, mainly Muslim majority countries that are a hub for halal food. So I'm going to invite Bruno to introduce himself before we start. Bruno.
Hi, nice to talk to you, my friend. I thank you for the opportunity to exchange experience, exchange information. So my name is Bruno. I'm the responsible for the beef market and also the Middle East and Africa market here at Prisma. We are a Brazilian trading company. So we work for more than 12 years at the market. So we source from Brazil, from South America. We work with customers in Asia, Middle East, in Africa. So we try to be a little different. We try to serve our customers the best way we could. So we always try to find partners in the markets that we work with, because we believe trust is very important in our business. So we try to share our expertise and our products with our customers.
Yeah. So you just mentioned that you work for Prisma.
Yeah.
What is your main animal protein? Is it beef, lamb, poultry, or pork? Which product
Okay.
is your main product?
Here at Prisma, it's pork. Basically because we are stronger in Asia. We work for more than 12 years with a partner in Hong Kong. So we have some exclusive pork plants that we produce for the Asian. So, and beef and chicken is something that we develop due the other market opportunities. We also do beef and chicken for Asia, but we also do for Africa, for South America, for Middle East.
Yeah. So in terms of the Middle East, if we were to compare beef, lamb, and poultry, which is the highest or which is the largest product that you export to the Middle East?
The chicken, definitely.
Okay.
Chicken, yeah, because they like a lot of chicken. Sometimes it's even hard to find here.
Okay.
Because some Brazilian producers, they even have their own operation in Middle East, in Saudi, especially, due to the high demand of people for chicken. And in second, beef, because lamb, we are not so good producer in terms of volume here. Usually we find lamb here from Argentina or from Uruguay. Their production it's higher than ours for export, and the Australians they reign with the lamb. They are very strong with the lamb. We know they have a very big market share in Middle East.
Yeah. So look, the UK, you may know, is the third largest exporter globally of sheep meat. Why have you not bought products from the UK, sheep meat, in terms of sheep meat? Because we are trying to open markets in the Middle East, and you are
I think
yeah.
I think it's because it lacks information from our side. We don't have too much information on how to find the British producers.
Okay.
So sometimes we heard about some specific brand because the customers ask, do you work with this brand? So this sometimes, let's try to connect with them.
Okay.
I think this is the only reason because British product has a good, how can I
Reputation.
say, a good quality, and everyone that I know that try it like it. So I think it's just a matter of connection,
Okay.
to
Okay.
find a way to connect with the suppliers.
Yeah, I'm happy you mentioned that, Bruno, because as you may know, I work full time with the Agriculture and Horticulture Development Board, and we try to develop markets around the world. And I've got a colleague, Susanna Morris, who looks after the Americas. So I'll put you in
Mhm.
touch with her after,
Awesome.
yeah, so that you can see how we can.
Thank you a lot.
Yeah, yeah, because we do have the products, but as you said, we've not been able to promote it outside of Europe.
Yeah,
So that is something we need to improve on.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's what's lacks for us to promote, to
Promote.
connect.
Yeah, yeah. So in terms of the Middle East market, what are the main challenges in selling products there?
Uh, for us as a trading, the
Yeah,
first one is that we don't have the product by ourselves. We need to get a supplier.
yeah,
So for depending on the product, if the demand is too high, it's too hot, the plants they have some kind of partnerships there, like big retail groups like Lulu
yeah,
and Carrefour. This kind, they have already a channel, so sometimes they buy a lot and the plant has a limitation of the production, so sometimes it lacks product. But in the latest 2 years, I guess price was a big concern, because prices, they are too volatile.
correct.
They they had dropped a lot. Now it's increased a lot due to Ramadan, before the purchase before Ramadan.
Yeah,
But and I think one important thing is trust, because if the customer don't know us,
yeah,
they will be a little concerned. Oh, are they real?
yeah,
Are these a trustworthy company?
yeah,
So what lacks is this kind of connection. This is why we like to go to exhibitions, to fairs, to know in person. I know it's very important. So it's something that we are trying to develop,
yeah,
to promote a little bit, to let the customers know that trust is in both ways.
yeah.
I need to know him, he needs to know me, in very distant countries. So sometimes this happens also.
Yeah. So I'm happy you also mentioned trust, because look, the aim of this podcast is for other companies to learn from how they can overcome some of the challenges. And we know that in the Middle East, halal certification is very important. And I know
Yeah.
some of the certification bodies in Brazil, like Fambras, Cial, CIDIAL, and
Mhm.
all that. Do you think halal certification is easy to get in Brazil to export products to the Middle East?
I think that, as you mentioned, we have a lot of certified companies. We have also the Arab Chamber of Commerce here in Brazil, that
Okay.
he helps everyone that wants to enter the halal world. So I think it's not so difficult, but I think sometimes lacks information for the producers that want to enter. Like, do I really need this? Why do I need this? Because they lack knowledge of the Muslim world. So if you study a little bit, you see that this is very important. If you want to enter the Middle East market, that is a very important market, especially for Brazil. It's one of our main markets for beef and for chicken. So I think the promotion that the companies does here, the Arabic Chamber of Commerce, it's very nice. They try to, they do like seminars, teaching,
Yeah.
and it's not so hard to find. Like if you want to produce, it's too difficult, I won't do it. It's just a matter of adaptation.
Okay. 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 So Brazil, we know, is a huge country. You produce a lot of animal protein. apart from the Middle East, what is your other big market? Is Africa a big market?
Asia,
Oh, Asia.
Africa also, and Asia is the higher in volume to China, especially.
Okay, okay.
China buys a lot of chicken, not every part of the chicken, but some chicken,
Yeah,
and a lot of beef.
yeah,
Pork, they used to buy a lot when they had a situation of the African swine fever
yeah,
some times ago.
yeah,
But now the volumes stabilize, not so much, but other countries in Asia still buys a lot from Brazil, like Hong Kong, Singapore, Philippines. Brazil is also now trying to increase the market share in Indonesia for the halal market. It's a big halal
okay,
market
that's a big
also.
one. Yeah, yeah,
So we have already have some beef plants that are producing some meat to Indonesia. And Africa also, because it's a big continent, we sell quite bunch of products there.
yeah.
But sometimes the three markets fight with themselves depending on the product. So
Okay.
sometimes it's hard to find because it's a lot of volume to a lot of places. Even that we produce a lot, sometimes the, sometimes lack some items.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned Indonesia. I also know Malaysia is a big market. Singapore is a big market.
Yeah.
Are these markets already open for Brazil? Can you export there, or do you need market access from government level to open those markets?
You need, but some of them Brazil is already doing for some years, like
Okay.
Singapore.
Yeah,
Singapore is a market that Brazil is very strong there
yeah,
in the three proteins because from there we sell to the Muslims, we sell
yeah,
beef and chicken,
yeah.
but we always sell to the Chinese people that live there for pork. So it's a very good market. Indonesia was the newest. I think it's about 2 years that Brazil um, entered there. They need was a government operation. Like they come here to check the plants. The plants went there to see the market.
Yeah.
So it's very new. Malaysia, it's something that is relatively new. Also, we
Okay.
have some chicken plants that produce there. We sell some of chicken items there, so but it's not every plant that can do so. It's very limited.
Yeah.
But it's a very good market. It's something that Brazil wants to strict relations with the Muslim world because we see that has a huge potential. And the halal world is not only food, it's cosmetics, it's a lot of stuff. So it's a very, very nice market.
Yeah. Look, this is very interesting because that area we are discussing is an area that is expanding that has got potential.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna take you back to a few years to COVID. Do you think COVID affected your exports? If yes, have you recovered from it?
Yeah, we have a very tough year in 2022, actually.
Yeah,
Was a very hard year because in the early COVID, uh, anyone was not has too much information to know what's gonna happen.
yeah,
The producers here didn't stop because our government said we need to produce food,
yeah.
so it kept going.
Mhm.
But in the year in the year 2021 we don't felt the the decrease of volume. Actually we have a increase in the volume, I think, because everyone was scared, so let's buy now a
Mm,
lot
yeah,
and have stocks, because if everywhere stops we're gonna don't have food, especially for the countries that are not big producers,
yeah,
so they need to eat. So but in 2022, we felt a lot. The volumes decreased a lot. A lot of countries struggle with no workers going to factories. Some ports stopped. China stopped for a lot of time, and this hurts us a lot because China is the main economic partner for Brazil for importation of meat.
yeah.
So it takes this time, but we felt a lot. And in the pork business, also that is very strong there. They start to recover from the African swine fever. So now their importation volume is cut because they have their own production. So was very hard in this year. Now we are beginning to feel a little improvement from especially for Middle East. Middle East now before Ramadan was a very good market. Prices increased a lot due to the high demand, and now we are checking how we'll go this year, but it's improved now.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for that. Now I'm gonna take you to Africa, then we'll come back to Europe and conclude our conversations in Europe. In Africa, which markets are the biggest markets, and what products are they looking for?
Okay, South Africa is a very good market,
Yeah. For what
especially for
product?
chicken.
For
For
chicken.
chicken, especially.
Yeah.
Sometimes some pork also.
Yeah.
Some items even they are very competitive in some items because they like a lot some pork and chicken especially.
Yeah.
Then Ivory Coast and Gabon, two big markets also.
Yeah.
This is more diverse. For Gabon, we
Yeah.
sell some beef cuts, some chicken cuts, pork also. But depending on the customer, we sell for some supermarkets there, so they buy those kind of stuff. In Ivory Coast,
Yeah.
some pork. Also, we do some bones, pork bones, pork heads, tails, feet, chops, loin chops. It's a very nice product also.
Okay.
And beef. Beef, we sell some offals there.
Yeah.
Especially offals is the highest consumption. And also Angola. Angola, it's easier for us because we speak the same language.
Language. Yeah.
So it helps a lot. Yeah. It's a very big market, Angola. They are the one with they have more importers there because this is some difficult to be find in Africa. They don't have a huge amount of importers, and sometimes we don't have we can find him. We don't have the information where to find the importers, how to get in touch with them.
Yeah.
So I think these are the biggest markets that we work there.
Okay. Also, so if a trader is listening to us and or an abattoir that is producing the product themselves and wants to export to Africa, do you think credit agreement is an issue? Payment for products, because we've had,
Yes.
yeah. Okay. So what are the
Yes.
challenges around that?
Very, very good point. What we saw that was happen after COVID action principle, a lot of importers that we used to talk, they start to ask for credit, do cash flow problems, those kind of stuff, because I think COVID stuck a lot of problems for them.
Yeah.
So the issue is most of the producers here, if they don't know the customer, will lack trust. So sometimes can I trust him?
Yeah.
So, and sometimes they don't have credit insurance so they ask for prepayment. But in the other hand, sometimes the importer, he needs the credit, do the cash flow. He needs sometimes to work on the product, to sell and to have money to pay. This is something that sometimes do company policies, they don't work with credit. So sometimes this is the importance to have a intermediary for this. We tried to work with credit in the past, but it's a bit tricky also. It's not it's a new importer, let's say. It's hard for the company insurance to give him credit because he has no information.
Yeah.
So this is something that makes difficult sometimes.
Okay. So for the benefit of our listeners and viewers, what I'll clarify here is that you've made a very important point on the credit system in Africa. So from what I've observed is that if there is an abattoir in Brazil, an abattoir in Europe or anywhere, and there is a trader, so the difference between a trader and an abattoir is that abattoirs struggle to sell in Africa because abattoirs they want their money in advance.
Yeah,
But traders sometimes they can play around with the credit system, so
yeah,
it's relatively easier for traders rather than for abattoirs because most abattoirs they want their cash. They cannot wait for till the product is sold.
exactly. It's always depends on the size of the companies, you know.
Yeah,
Big companies, they have more credit, they have more information in the system, so it's easier. But if you go to a small, medium abattoir,
yeah.
it's a little bit hard because they also need the money to keep the business going, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, in the UK, most exporters to Africa normally export offal and beef product. Is that the
Mhm.
same case in Brazil, or do you have some primal products, whole carcasses, or some cuts that go to Africa, or are you also just exporting offal and beef quota?
Mainly offals.
Okay,
Some depend on the customer also, because like Angola, they have a lot of supermarket chains. They
okay,
buy cuts also.
all right.
Sometimes they buy the prime cuts here. Like we love picanha in Brazil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They like it in Angola also, and for us it's a very premium cut.
And they
So
can
we
pay the
export with.
price. They are happy to pay the price.
And they can, yeah.
All right.
For Angola, I think it's different. Gabon also, we sold some beef cuts from them in the past. The other regions, not so much. More offals and more bones. Um, I think that the region that buys the most beef cuts is Angola in
Angola.
Africa.
Okay, okay, okay.
They have a lot of supermarket chains. They have some foreign people that live there,
Yeah.
and South Africa also. But they from our knowledge, they buy more pork and more chicken.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah, yeah. So now look, we let's come back to Europe now. You said you are more open, you are very open to buy from companies if you knew they have the right product
Mhm.
because you believe in our quality in the UK, for instance. In Europe, which countries have you bought from previously?
Previously, we buy from Germany,
Germany,
we
yeah,
buy from Spain, Portugal, France, Italy.
yeah.
We bought from Denmark in the past also. Uh, we buy also some smaller countries like Austria.
Austria,
We did in the past, Belgium,
yeah,
a little bit less from Netherlands, and we also bought in the past actually from the Ukrainians
Brain, okay, okay.
and the Russians, but now a little
Yeah,
less
yeah,
due to
because of
the
the
current situation.
yeah, yeah. So as I said, I will definitely be putting you in touch with my colleague Susanna. Susanna will be
Awesome.
very pleased to have a chat with you. Another thing we do in the UK is we do inward missions where we invite people, buyers like
Hmm.
yourself, to come in and see our systems. So we can take you to farms, we can take you to abattoirs. Is this something you may be interested in the future?
This is very nice actually.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, we do the same assistance with some of our customers from Asia when they want to visit some plants here.
Yeah.
We try to take them because I think this is the best thing to really know a business. You need to go there and see for yourself,
Yeah.
because you can see the cattle, you can
Yeah.
see the installation, you can see how they slaughter, how they cut.
Yeah.
This is very important. Especially, we like to develop partnerships. So nothing better from both sides to know each other. And we do the opposite also. We take the producers and take them to the market to see, this is how we our operation goes. this is how we use your product. This is very nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So now another question I've got for you is, look, somebody listening to us, we've discussed some exciting stuff on this podcast. We've discussed Africa. We've discussed what you guys do in Brazil, opportunities for buying from Europe. If somebody wanted to contact you, what is the best way to contact you? Do you have a website? Are you on LinkedIn? Are you happy to give an email out? How can people contact you?
We have a website. I
Yeah.
can
What
send
is
to
it?
you. You can.
If
It's
you just
Prisma
mention it, yeah,
Prisma
yeah.
International.com.
So
Yeah.
Prisma,
I will.
yeah,
I can send you the link if it's better.
yeah.
Okay.
If you do that,
We are also in LinkedIn. This
yeah,
is how we
we go in
contact with
touch.
each
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
No problem. Anyone can add me. We have the page for the company also, that we have all the other traders there. And I'm happy to share my email. I can share my WhatsApp contact.
yeah,
I like to know new people, new opportunities. No problem at all.
yeah. If you don't mind, Bruno, just mentioning your, because some of this thing will be on Apple Podcast, which is just audio. Can you just mention
Okay.
your WhatsApp number so that people who are listening can pick it up?
Sure. It's +554896344042.
You are very good
Anytime,
for keeping the
I'm
number in your
happy
head.
to. I'm happy to assist anyone that wants to try to contact. I'm happy to assist.
That's very, very good. So last question I've got for you is, how is the Brazil livestock sector going? Is it increasing? Is it stable? Is it on a decline? And what does the future look like?
Okay. For the beef,
Yeah.
we had a very big production.
Okay.
So we expected that China would recover and buy the expected volume. Unfortunately, this did not happen,
Okay.
especially due to some economic problems in China. Beef meat is one of the most expensive, so
Yeah.
this hit Brazil a lot. So now we are on a downwards. We are slaughtering cows to reduce a little bit the livestock.
Okay.
So this year, in the next year, will be a tough year for in terms of volume of production. We expect that the livestock reduce. I don't quite know how much will reduce, but this is something that we need, because the breeders was having a lot of trouble because the price of the cattle reduced a lot. So they are started to feeling this, so
Yeah.
they are selling the cows. For the chicken and the pork, the chicken, we had this almost the same situation.
Yeah.
From 2 years from now, we expected a huge volume to be consumed. Some destinations, they stuck a little bit, they stopped buying, so we have a lot of production. We cut it a little bit, so we are trying to reduce, even to increase the prices a little bit, because some of the abattoirs was having some financial problems.
Yeah.
They are producing a lot, but the price is not paying. And the pork is more a little more stable. We have the same situation. We had some 2-3 years from now, Brazil increased the production a lot,
Okay.
expecting that the markets would help. But everywhere we see inflation and everywhere, so market was a little bit slow. So now we are facing this.
Yeah.
I think these next 2 years will be less volume, but in 2026, let's see what will happen. I think we'll start to grow again.
Thank you very much, Bruno. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm sure I'm very confident that people will learn a lot from this podcast. So I would like to take an opportunity on behalf of my listeners and my viewers to thank you very much for agreeing to come on this podcast.
No, I'm honored, and I thank you very much. I see every episode. It's this exchange information. It's awesome. I
Nice one.
love it.
Nice one. I'm happy for your feedback. So we'll catch up again. You say you'll be coming to Seattle, right?
Yes, Ciao Paris will definitely be there.
Also, I'll make sure you meet some of my colleagues in Seattle so that we can continue to build a relationship with you guys.
Perfect. Awesome.
All right. Thank you very
Anytime you
much.
are in Brazil, you
Yeah,
are welcome also.
that's it. I'll take that offer. Thank you very much.
And you're welcome.
All right. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.